When you enable lint rules in your project, you may receive many violations, and fixing them one by one can be overwhelming. DCM fix command can help you to automatically fix many of those violations to save time, make you more efficient and productive. Here is my Flutter application, and I have it in a mono repo. So I have this lib folder, and I have two packages that I maintain locally. And if I open my analysis option, you will see that I use the recommended preset, and I also disable one of the rules as of now. So if I run the DCM analyze in my lib folder only, you will see that I have a bunch of issues. DCM comes with the fix command that helps you to automatically fix many of these issues. Either you can use the fix command, or the shorthand would be the F. Before I run this command, I would like to explore a bit more to see what this command is going to fix and what are the options. In order to do that, I'm going to use the preview subcommand on init command and just pass the only enabled flag to get an overview of all the violations for the enabled rules, which means the rules under the recommended presets. All right, that's great. So you will see now I have a list of violation per rules that are in the recommended preset. This is good, but some of these rules comes with auto fixable. If you have not watched our init preview subcommand video, I would encourage you to watch that video to see how you can use this command to help you to get more insights. One of the things that you will see in this report is auto fixable. So this flag shows that this can be automatically fixed by DCM fix. So if I run right now only fixable flag and only enabled to the init preview command, you will see that now we have 9 rules that can be automatically fixed by DCM. So if I run DCM fix under lib folder, all of the violations for these rules are going to be automatically fixed. While this is great, some fixes can change the meaning or intent of your code and are considered unsafe. So don't worry about those though, because the DCM fix by default will ignore those fixes. One of those rules is avoid unused parameters, which I do have one violation here for that. Here is an example. If we automatically fix this parameter, which means we're going to remove this parameter, that is going to fix the problem. But any invocation that still has this argument is not going to be fixed. Therefore, your code is going to be broken. I need to make sure all the references of this or invocation of this method is also going to remove the parameters if there is still anything there, right? So I need to manually check that. Therefore, automatically fixing that is up to us. That's considered as unsafe, but we need to make sure to run the code after those fixes. As I said, those are not going to be fixed by default. If you pass the unsafe flag to the fix, it will automatically fix all of these issues, including the unsafe violations for some of the rules that may break your code. I'm going to run this command to see what's going to happen. Beautiful. So if I now open my source control, you will see a bunch of changes made here. And if I run DCM analyze again, now the number of issues has reduced significantly. And if I run right now the preview command again, you will see that all the violations on the rules that could be automatically fixed are now fixed. All right, I have reverted all the changes. Let's get a preview again, and everything is back. Sometimes you want to actually see what is going to be changed before applying the fixes. And that's where you can use the dry run flag. If I run the command with the dry run flags, you will see all the changes that will happen to the files. And you can decide what to do with these changes. All right, these are all rules and their violations, which some of them are auto-fixable, and we've seen that. Sometimes you may want to add other rules that are not part of this list right now here, but you want to add them or include them for fixing automatically. If I go ahead and remove the only enabled and add no empty violations flag, you will see that I have way more issues in my project. Let's say the double literal format, there is a one violation here and it's not part of already the recommended, but I want to include that to my DCM fix. When you run the DCM fix command, you need to pass the rule ID, which is this ID, to the include rules flag. This means all of the fixable rules plus this one that is also auto-fixable added to this rule to be fixed, even though this rule is not part of this configuration, which means we are overriding or adding more rules to existing one. Just like include rules, you can have exclude rules, which means can exclude one of the fixable rules from the list of existing rules that you added to your DCM configuration and then run the fix for calculation and applying. And more importantly, sometimes you want to apply the fix to a set of rules or just one particular rules. And that's where you can use only rules flag and pass your list of rules by separation of comma, or maybe the only rule that you want. For example, right now, I just want to go ahead and fix only for these two rules. Let's run. All right. If I now go to source control, I have a few files that has some changes. Beautiful. You will see that all of the changes right now is related to only these two. And if I run again the preview, you will see now that these two are already has been deleted from the list because we already fixed them. All right, but DCM fix is not only for lint rules, but also it can help you to remove unused code, unused files, and fixing dependencies issues. For example, let me run check unused code command. I have a bunch of unused code right now in my application. Let's take one of them as an example. Here is one example. If I find all the references for this function, you will see that there is no reference in any other files. To automatically fix and remove these unused code, you can pass unused code to the type flag to the DCM fix command. Let's do that. Let's run DCM check unused code command again, and beautiful, no unused code found. Now this time, let's run check unused files command. You will see that we have 7 files that we are not using them. This time, if you pass the unused files to the type flag and run the DCM fix, then all the files are gonna be deleted. All right, let's run check unused files command again. No unused files found. For both check unused files and check unused code, there is a flag as exclude public API. And that's quite handy when you are dealing with packages. For example, in awesome package, this file under the lib folder, it's considered as a public API, and anything here, like in this file, this class, it's not used necessarily in that package. It's supposed to be used in any package that is installing this package, right? In this case, you can pass this flag to make sure the public APIs, like this one, are excluded. To learn more, check out our documentation or watch the videos for these commands. And last but not least, check dependencies. If I run the DCM check dependencies command right now, you will see that I have one dependency that is not used. If I open my pubspec YAML file, I do have a bunch of dependencies and I have not used this in my application. You can watch the check dependencies command video or refer to our documentation to learn more about this command. To automatically fix the dependencies that are not used, so you can pass dependencies to the type flag to the DCM command, and once I run this, you will see the dependency is deleted. If I run the check dependency command again, there is no dependency issue found. For more information about this command, head over to dcm.dev.